Hi everyone. Today we will learn some phrases about ancient places. And here on page 88 in Silver Lining book, there is an activity like read the speech bubbles below and match them with the photos they describe. Abigail, a beautiful girl called Abigail, says, "Last year I visited Göbekli Tepe in Şanlıurfa. Göbekli Tepe was discovered in 1994. It's quite ancient, you know. It's about 12,000 years ago. This extraordinary site was discovered by a shepherd. The symbols and animals figures on its pillars, columns, show that it used to be a temple. You know, temple is a religious building, and especially Buddhist people go there to perform their religious activities. Which one do you think? It is not A, in my opinion, not B, but in C you can see Göbekli Tepe site very clearly. And exercise 2, let's have a look at Alan, and he says, Cappadocia is one of the unique places I have ever been to. The interesting landscape was formed for volcanic eruption. It was a fascinating experience to see the underground cities and the fairy chimneys. Where can you see fairy chimneys? Of course, in Nevşehir in Cappadocia. I'll help you to see fairy chimneys in here. And Kaya says, it was really exciting to walk down the streets of Ephesus. What affected me the most was the census library, which was the third richest library in ancient times. Can you believe this? In ancient times, there is a really unique library in Ephesus. And there are some questions under those beautiful pictures. Have you ever been to one of these historical sites above? For me, yes, I did. I went to Cappadocia many times and really fascinated by fairy chimneys and fascinated by those caves, because people in ancient times used to live in those caves and kept themselves from enemies. And when I was a little girl, I went to Ephesus also, but couldn't remember it all. And really, this library looks impressive. And I would like to see Göbekli Tepe. I know it's very important, and UNESCO listed it World Heritage List. Do you know any other historical sites in Turkey in exercise the second exercise? Of course we know. I want to count, but I don't think that I can finish by counting in a limited time. For example, you will remember Hagia Sophia in Istanbul was used as a church in the past. Now it is a museum and a mosque. And Aspendos Antalya is an amphitheater. And what can I say? Bodrum Castle in Muğla, Nemrut Mountain in Adıyaman, Topkapı Palace in Istanbul, Sultanahmet Mosque in Istanbul, very precious mosque, and Sedefkar Mehmet built it. Olympus in Antalya. Maybe you went to Antalya and visited Olympus. There is a fire, an ending fire. People used to love to see it and enjoy swimming in Olympus. Zeugma Mosaic, ancient city in Gaziantep. This Hattuşaş in Çorum. It was the capital of an ancient empire, you know, and it was listed in UNESCO World Heritage. You know, we have lost so many, but I couldn't remember it all at the moment. I advise you to visit when you have time and money. Choose the close meaning of the underlined words in exercise 2 says, if you have any questions, you can get in touch with the information desk. Get in touch means communicate. You can go there and ask and learn what you want. Get in touch means communicate. Exercise 2, the city library is a gold mine for me. It is very precious for me. I can learn, I can use many things, I can have many information from there. And it is B, a rich source of information. Golden mine means. Exercise 3. We don't have much information about prehistoric times, as people could not write. Pre means before. Pre-reading before reading, I'm sorry for coughing. Prehistoric means before recorded history. Exercise 4. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, there is a big problem, but we can see just a small part of it. It means there are numerous questions waiting to be answered, and the tip of iceberg is a small part of a bigger problem. Exercise 5. Historians agree that the temple was built to hunter-gatherers since there was no sign of farming on the land. Hunter-gatherers used to go to hunt, especially they hunt birds, deer and bear. And gatherers means they used to pick up small plants to eat and to cook. And the answer is people who live on hunting and collecting wild plants. Exercise 6. You can see statues and symbols that represent the Buddhist belief system in this temple. And temple is a building used for religious purposes. Christian go to church, Muslim go to mosque, and Buddhist and shaman people go to temple to perform their religious activities. That's all for now. Thank you for listening.